Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into this absolutely adorable pink Chibi spy doll pattern. We're going to break down every single step and turn this into a super fun, totally achievable crochet project. So, what do you say? Let's get our hooks ready.
I mean, just look at her. Those sparkly green eyes, the signature pink hair. She is amazing. And I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to have all the skills and tips you need to make this exact doll. You can absolutely do this.
So, here's our game plan for bringing this doll to life. We'll start with our mission briefing, then build the big pieces, craft all the little details, put the whole thing together, and I'll even share some pro tips to fix common problems. See? All broken down into easy, bite-sized stages. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, your spy doll mission. Time to get our tools, terms, and techniques all lined up for a flawless operation. First up, your materials. You're going to need 5 colors of DK or sport weight yarn, a 2.5mm hook, and some 12mm safety eyes. Now listen up, because this is super important. The yarn weight. It is absolutely crucial to use the same weight for all your colors. That's the secret to making sure your doll's proportions come out just right. Let's talk about the most important stitch in your toolkit, the invisible decrease. You know how a normal decrease can sometimes look a little lumpy? Well, this technique fixes that. You work only through the front loops of your stitches, which makes the decrease practically disappear. It's the secret sauce for that smooth, professional look.
And this right here, this is basically the golden rule of amigurumi. If you only remember one thing about technique, make it this. Keep your tension tight and consistent. This creates a really dense fabric. And why does that matter? It means none of that white stuffing is going to peek through your stitches. It keeps your doll looking super clean and high quality.
Okay, on to Section 2. This is where the magic starts to happen. We're crocheting the main pieces, and we're going to start with the most recognizable part, the head. Now, I know the head pattern can look a little intimidating with all those rows, but don't worry, it's really just 3 simple phases. First, you increase to make that nice round shape. Then, you'll work a bunch of straight rounds to build up the height. And finally, you'll start decreasing to close it all up, stuffing it as you go. Easy, right? But hold on, before we close up that head, we get to what is probably the most critical step for giving your doll its unique personality. Where in the world do the eyes go to get that perfect, charming expression? Here is the exact answer. The pattern's a little vague, but this little fix guarantees perfect placement. You're going to put them between rows 14 and 15. Just find the center, count 5 stitches out on each side, and pop them in. And here's the most important part, so listen close. Snap those plastic washers on the back securely before you crochet any further. Trust me, once that head is closed, there is no going back.
Next up is the body, which is so cleverly designed because it includes the dress all in one piece. You'll work up the torso in black, and then, check this out, for round 17, you switch to gold and crochet in the back loops only. That simple little trick automatically creates that beautiful raised trim on her dress. So cool! Just follow the pattern to round 25 and then hit pause. Don't fasten off your yarn just yet.
Okay, time for Section 3, crafting the finer details. This is where we make all the little bits and pieces that really bring her character to life. Here's a quick look at all the remaining parts. Now, the really interesting thing to notice here is that stuffing column. See how the arms aren't stuffed, or maybe just a tiny bit? That keeps them looking natural. But the legs, you've got to stuff those firmly. That's the key to helping your doll actually stand up on her own. The hair is just a cap, and the ear clips get pinched flat. Simple. And now for my favorite part, Section 4, the grand assembly. All of our pieces are made, and it's time for the big payoff, bringing our little spy doll to life. So the order you do this in really matters. You're going to want to attach the legs first, then stuff and close the body. After that, you'll attach the arms, then the head, and you'll finish with the hair and collar. Following this order just makes everything so much easier to handle and line up correctly. In this picture, it's the perfect guide for how neat it should all look in the end. This back view is awesome for seeing how that hair cap should sit snugly right over the head and how the collar wraps around and meets neatly in the back. Use this as your reference for perfect placement. Okay, let's talk about the #1 problem that drives amigurumi makers crazy, the dreaded wobbly head. The fix is so simple, but it is so important. When you sew the head to the body, don't just go around once. Go around that entire neck joint at least twice with your yarn and needle. That will make it super strong and totally secure. No more bobbleheads.
Let's move on to Section 5, Pro Tips and Quick Fixes. Think of this as us taking the original pattern and adding a few expert tweaks to clear up some confusing spots and make it truly foolproof.
Okay, this slide is pure gold, so let's walk through it. First, the body pattern just kind of stops at round 25. The fix? Just add 3 simple decrease rounds to close the top up neatly. For the hair, that ribbon technique is pretty confusing. Just ignore that and make 8 to 10 long straight stitches from the crown to the edge instead. And finally, there's a little math mistake in the collar pattern. Just change the single crochet 8 to single crochet 9 on each side, and it'll work out perfectly.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 6, your finished creation. After all that work and attention to detail, mission accomplished. And there she is, from the front, from the back, your pink Chibi spy doll is complete. All those individual parts, the firmly stuffed legs, the seamless head, the perfectly placed hair, they've all come together to create something really special. You should be so incredibly proud. So, that's the full debriefing on how to create your very own Chibi spy. You have the complete blueprint, all the pro tips, and every technique you need. The only question left is, what's your spy doll's first mission going to be?